Hello, and welcome back to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. I'm very excited to be back once again this week, Saturday, yep, at the same usual time, same usual channel. Today, we are continuing Luke Robinson and Tony Morgan through the Dream Eaters campaign. Now, as we all remember, I'll do a little recap once we get in there, but Luke Robinson in the Dreamlands has just been captured after searching for the lost land of Kadath. But back on the waking side, Tony Morgan has found himself a couple of new friends, which sounds like a wonderful sitcom, but this is no sitcom. This is not a sitcom. Ahoy! We've got Rocky, Plague Lord, Cragod, anyone else who's chilling in chat. Welcome and hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, what more can I say? Today we're going to be taking on Scenario 2B, so that's Scenario 2 from the waking side of the campaign with Tony Morgan, 1,000 Shapes of Horror, which frankly I don't know if the title is in reference to something in particular or what, but you know, we'll figure it out. Wow, this hair is out of control. But we're not here for my hair. No. We're here for today's stream. As always, let me know, if audio levels feel about right. If you are here, if you're here watching the VOD, check down below in the description. I have a link to the timestamp where we get in on the action. Yep. I think that's about it. Let's jump in. Let's get doomed. I hope everybody's doing well as well. I should, that's always an important thing for me to ask and mention. I'll be doing an announcement at the end of stream as well, but a reminder for those folks who are here who often watch over on RPG Clinic, we've got our new season coming up, Neo Rokugan. We've got a couple more character generation sessions happening, and tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/RPG Clinic, we're running another one-shot, but this time it's Taskmaster. Also, it's in person, but, well, what's more exciting? Probably in person, I think. Actually being in the same room as people? What? But if you're not familiar, Taskmaster is a wonderful British game show in which comedians compete at a wide variety of tasks, but they don't know how the others did. So when they are aired live, they have to defend their own, often terrible performances. Plague Lord, what a question. On Tuesdays, I have a whole cavalcade of characters on this channel. Crosshair, hello. Welcome to Doomed. Yes, Plague Lord. So, on Tuesdays at 1800, 6 p.m. Eastern, I have a whole host of characters on this channel. Currently we're playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Next up, we might meet the famed Tornado Macaw, who I'm really excited about. But we might also go over to Disco Elysium. Plague Lord, if you have thoughts and suggestions for games to stream that you feel like would be good for role-playing, hit me up on Discord. Throw it into my Discord channel. I would love to take a look. I always very seriously look at and consider things because while I do have a backlog, often I find games are not quite my speed, not quite the right thing for this sort of channel. Just let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Crosshair, don't worry, you haven't missed any of the story as of yet. We're going to be jumping in very soon. I think we're going to be jumping in right about now. Quick recap, and then we'll get going. Last time on Doomed, we were over on the dreaming side, the Dream Quest. Luke Robinson ventured out from the Cat City. I can't remember what it's called. It's fun. Where he was attacked by cats, but did not fight them off. Chartered voyage and set out. He went to the Forbidden Lands to the east. And then he went to some sort of sky city in the north. The problem with these names is that they're not real-world places, so I don't actually remember them. Luke Robinson was able to discover quite a bit of evidence of Kadath, Signs of the Gods, which, however, unfortunately, ended with his capture. He was trying to escape the Forbidden Lands, didn't quite make it out in time. After almost making it through to the temple in the center of Forbidden Lands. It was a very close scenario in terms of how he did. But I'm still pretty excited because it's a great story point. Luke was captured. Randall Carter was captured. Virgil Gray was captured. Everyone was captured. It was wild. But we're not doing anything with Luke Robinson's Dream Quest today. We're back on the waking side. Tony Morgan. Tony Morgan, that's right, Plague Lord. Yes, thank you. We made it to the... In fact, we even made it through the temple. You're right. And then there was I think it was the 6 Shroud, 2 Clue location. The city that appears on no map. Oh, thank you, Crosshair. I think I did in the pre-stream, but I'm just going to check. There should be 1 tablet. There is now a tablet. The reason there should only be 1 tablet on this side... Well, thank you. Yes, thank you for the reminder. The tablet was added because the Black Cat was sent from the Dreamlands to the Waking World to accompany Tony Morgan. Now, the story that's kind of shaping up as we go here is that both like Luke and Tony love each other very much and are like fully just willing to sacrifice themselves for each other, which is like pretty tragic, I feel. It's it's interesting. Just doing your best to cause some trouble. The reason there are not normally tablets in the Chaos Bag on the Waking side is because in this scenario, a tablet is +2. Wild. Which is pretty fantastic. Okay. What more do I have to say? I'm pretty jazzed. This scenario is like back in my kind of wheelhouse. Spooky urban exploration stuff. Not like my personal wheelhouse, obviously. What can I say? Yeah, last time in the Waking side, Tony Morgan managed to, along with Randall Carter, managed to seal all of the rifts through which the like spiders were pouring, right, from the Dreamlands. Skin of our teeth, we like just did it. It was a hairy ride, as it were. I don't think that's the phrase. They managed to escape, and now the Black Cat is at their side. Oh, yes! There you go, Crosshair. Ooh. All right, let's read our intro. We'll read our agenda and our act. We'll get going. On a personal note, in terms of how today is going to go, Tony is a good investigator. In fact, he's often considered S tier in this. Yes, Plague Lord, just like dams everywhere, just like harnessing all that water. Flooding? No. Get some engineering up in here. I will say, though, that I'm finding it challenging. The way I chose to build Tony for solo is probably a poor choice for a lot of reasons, but I still think it's thematic, interesting, and I am really excited to get through this scenario, and I hope I can squeak out another win like we did last time, but we'll see how it goes. Scenario 2B, 1,000 Shapes of Horror. To stop the merging between the Land of Dreams and the Waking World, as you do, you decide to force your way into the Dreamlands, as your new companion Randolph calls the dimension. Have I been saying Randall this whole time? Oh, Scott, get it together. Hang on, I think I wrote Randall on this side. Yeah, that's my problem. Virgil Gray. Yes, I wrote Randall, but I meant Randolph. Randolph Carter. That makes much more sense. Get it together, Scott. Okay. The Dam. 3 Shroud, 2 clues per investigator. When all the clues are removed from the dam, advance and close the dam. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty easy. Just get some clues. Close that dam. Flip the agenda over. If the dam is closed, you suffer 1 immediate mental physical trauma and are immediately killed. What the hell, Crosshair? Okay, so, to stop the merging between the Land of the Dreams and the Waking World, you decide to force your way into the Dreamlands, as your new companion Randolph calls the dimension, in your physical body, instead of traveling there in your sleep. While there are many dangers to this method of travel, I think it is better than the alternative, Randolph claims. If we venture there in our sleep, we may become trapped, like your companions, unable to wake. You agree. You can do little good trapped on the other side, especially if you aim to help your dreaming companions. Our first step is to find a key. Even in places where the Dreamlands borders the Waking World, one cannot simply walk between them. I once possessed a key to the Gate of Dreams, but I lost it years ago, and I have been unable to find it since, he laments. Now, So this tells me we're looking for a key wherever we're going. This is good to know. It also tells me that Randolph Carter used to possess a key to the Gate of Dreams. Yeah, yeet! Plague Lord. Can you imagine? It was like, if you choose to yeet yourself into the Dreamlands, skip this scenario. Suffer one immediate physical trauma from landing from the yeeting, and continue to scenario 3. See, that kind of thing would make me happy, but, you know. I wonder if Randolph Carter's key to the Gate of Dreams is Luke Robinson's gatebox. Really interesting question. If the black cat is at your side, proceed to intro 2. Ka-chow! The black cat, perched on a nearby park bench, glares at Randolph with narrow, disdainful eyes. You lost the key to the Dreamlands? You share in the cat's skepticism. Randolph sighs and shakes his head. Let me explain, he says to you. It is not a physical key. It never was. Oh, I see. The key was the sense of wonder, fantasy, and creativity that sparked my imagination when I was young. These are things we do not value in maturity. It is only natural the key to these kinds of dreams should be lost with age. What foolishness, the black cat scolds. It is not maturity to leave one's imagination behind. You have abandoned the best part of you. You are more a mewling kitten now than any child I have ever met. Perhaps you are right, Randolph agrees, downcast. I forced myself to believe that earthly concerns were more important than juvenile fantasies of gilded spires, perfumed jungles, twilight realms, and now I fear I shall never see such wonders again. He turns back towards you, his eyes full of regret. And worse, I will be unable to guide you. Intro 4. You ask what might have turned Randolph's mind away from the fantastical and toward more practical concerns. Oh, I don't know, taxes? He thinks for a brief time, mulling over the possibilities. Then his eyes go wide as he realizes something important. There was an incident many years ago. It was the last time I was involved with something supernatural. That is, before today, he explains. I met a friend of mine, Joel Manton, in the graveyard next to the old abandoned house in the Merchant District. The one they call the Unnamable. I didn't want to believe that it was truly haunted, as the stories told, but in merely repeating the legend, I drew the creature's ire. Perfume jungles. Me too, actually, Plague Lord. I was like, does it smell like brute in here to anyone else? You ask of the creature, and Randolph closes his eyes as a violent shudder courses up his spine. It cannot be described. All I know is that we barely survived. It was my fault Joel was hurt. From that day forth, I have had no desire to delve into the supernatural or the superstitious. Not because I did not believe, but because I was frightened. Is that why the key eludes me? Is that why I can no longer dream? The realization hits him clear as day. I know where we have to go. That is where I lost the key. That must be where it can be regained, he exclaims, wide-eyed. As Randolph frantically tries to hail a taxicab, you realize where he means to go. The house without a name, where the indescribable creature that still haunts his memory resides. Setup. So, to be clear, we're going to an old abandoned haunted house, because Randolph Carter lost a key there. But it's not a literal key, he tells us. It's his sense of wonder and imagination. So what's that going to look like? Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. I wouldn't worry about it. Gather all the cards, put the following locations into play. We begin at the burial ground, put the other stuff out of play, blah, blah, blah. We're all set up, right? This is us. Before the agenda and the act, experience-wise, I spent some experience on some new events, which I'm pretty excited about. And you pull the encounter card. Pretentious celebrity photo shoot in the jungle. Oh, no! Lose 2 actions as you deal with the paparazzo. I spent 3 experience on another day, another dollar. Never lose sight of what's really important. Now, because my basic weakness was indebted, this 3 experience essentially negates my weakness, which is cool. I like to think that after the hospital incident, even though this is essentially more or less right after, Tony was able to pay off his... oh, yeah, Plague Lord. I'll tell you all about it. I like to imagine that Tony was able to pay off his debts with a very generous donation from the hospital after what happened there. Fucking Paps, man. Tony Morgan, the Bounty Hunter, is a 2/3/5/2, so he's great at combat, not so great at most other stuff. He's a criminal and a hunter. 9 health, 5 sanity. When I find that beast, I'll put it down for good. You may take an additional action during your turn, great, which can only be used to engage or fight an enemy with 1 or more bounties on it. His Elder Sign is +2. Place a bounty on bounty contract. So, okay, you get an additional action. You can engage or fight an enemy with a bounty. What's a bounty? Let's go have a look. Bounty contracts, because he's the bounty hunter, right? After an enemy enters play, move 1 to 3 bounties from bounty contracts to that enemy to a maximum of that enemy's health. When you defeat an enemy, after you defeat an enemy with 1 or more bounties on it, you get them back as money. Tony is a rogue. He's all about making money, getting extra actions, doing what needs to be done, getting in there and living his life only for himself. Although it's my headcanon that he's currently living his life to try to save his love, Luke Robinson. But he makes money from hunting monsters, which is great, because typically you gotta hunt monsters, and he's good at it. So it all kind of works together. Okay, that's Tony. We're starting in the graveyard here. Oh, you know what? Let's have a look at the map. We start in the burial ground. Hey, I think this robe is like mostly silk. What do you got for this? There's the front porch, downstairs doorways, upstairs hallway, and upstairs doorways. It's a haunted house. Agenda 1A, the house with no name. The house that Randolph calls the Unnamable is not much to look at. The rundown 17th century building has been abandoned for decades and has fallen into disrepair. Its door is scratched and pitted, most of the window panes are shattered, and rats crawl around the foundations. 5 Doom. Act 1A, Searching the Unnamable. You're still not sure exactly what you're meant to find inside the old house, but Randolph insists that you need to locate the key. Seems like you have no choice but to search the house and see what you can turn up. Tony's all about being on the hunt, right? He's always out looking for the evidence of the thing he's trying to find. Objective: explore the house to find a way into the Dreamlands. Find and complete an objective on another scenario card to advance. So there's a hidden objective, but we don't know what it is, don't know how to get there. So we got to just strike off on our own. And bring the scenario card down here. And I'm gonna save. And then I think we're going to get going. I am, as always, terrified of how this is going to go. But I feel like the worst case scenario is we lose. I mean, I suppose the worst case scenario is we die, but we'll figure it out. Let's draw our opening hand, folks. We're starting on 5 resources this time. Yeah, start the clock, everybody. Let's get doomed. 5 cards. Okay. We are very happy with this hand. So 2 weapons, 2 guns. Dario Elamin, a patron, and money. Cursed money, but money all the same. Plague Lord sounds like a Saturday. Tuesdays are normally much better. Ever Vigilant is an experience point I spent. The man knew how to gear up for Armageddon. This is a way of playing multiple assets out at once. This is kind of an econ card, so I want to keep assets. I want to try to find assets that are cheaper. So I don't think I want the Mouser. I think I'm going to keep Tony's Long Colts. So I'm going to put this back. I'm just going to mulligan the 1. Oh! Delicious. That is a strong opening hand. Until, obviously, I get hit with a card that's like, discard all your assets, dummy. Yeah, dummy. Okay. Looking towards the giant willow in the center of the cemetery, whose trunk had nearly engulfed an ancient, illegible slab, I had made a fantastic remark about the spectral and unmentionable nourishment which the colossal roots must be sucking in from that hoary, charnel earth. Ah, boo. It's the worst case scenario. Classic Crosshair. Okay. Burial Ground is a 4-shroud, 1-clue location. It's a graveyard location. Each ghoul enemy drawn spawns at Burial Ground instead of at its normal location. Okay, so there's ghouls gonna pop out here. You don't like to see that. Free trigger. Investigators in the Burial Ground spend a clue to remember that they noticed the missing bones. What? What? It has a victory point. I'm probably not going to be able to get this clue straight out, but I might come back for it later. Yeah, it's a little, well, it's a little person with a cap icon, Crosshair. I'm sure you can find it online somewhere. Although I will point out, Crosshair, sometimes they don't. There are scenarios that have an actual just straight number of clues on them, regardless of investigator number, which is weird because that scales poorly, right? If you have a 1 shroud 4 clue location, but you're playing 4 player, you're just going to get them in 1 turn, right? All you need is an Elder Sign. Plague Lord, I love the way you think. Actually, let's just see what the tokens do. -3 at a graveyard location. Reveal another token. If you fail and the Unnamable is in play, it attacks you? It's not. The Elder Thing says -2. If you fail, you must place one of your clues on your location or take a damage. Actually, honestly, a damage isn't that bad. Okay. Tony is here in the burial ground. He's looking out towards the house. Is he prepared for what lies? So, Elder Sign or cat? Let's go. Is he prepared for what is to come? I'm going to say he is. He's always been vigilant. He's ready for trouble, right? 1 at a time, play up to 3 assets from your hand, reducing the resource cost of each by 1. Don't mind if I diggity do. This is the Crystallizer of Dreams. He's got that relic that Luke gave to him so long ago. The thing seemed to be somehow dissolving when he was in the hospital, but now it's back and it thrums with a power and an energy that he's never seen before. He figures this might come in handy. Ever Vigilant allows me to play up to 3 assets, so I'm going to play out Dario Elamin for 3. This is not someone who's there with him, of course, but this is his patron. Basically, if he has a certain amount of resources, he can get additional stats, which is good. And for 2, I'm going to play out Tony's Long Colt. Just in case, right? Just a little gun, just in case. Second action, I think we're just going to do a full setup turn here. Dario, 2 resources. Third action, Faustian Bargain, which is 5, but at the cost of 2 curses. So that's a pretty good start. Okay. So Tony is standing here in the burial ground looking up towards the house, the Unnamable. Randolph Carter is kind of looking at him like, no, you go first, you know? He's like, come on, man. Like, you're the bounty hunter, right? Like, you're the brave one. Yeah, not bad, eh? Crosshair, I played everything out. Oh, shoot. And of course, when I play Crystallizer of Dreams, the Panzerfaustian Bargain. I always forget this. I have to shuffle in a copy of Guardian of the Crystallizer. This wouldn't be a great time to draw it, but it wouldn't be the worst either. Tony's got everything that he needs. I mean, he doesn't really, but he's got the things that he think he might... If he encounters, like, I don't know, a vagrant or maybe some more of those horrible spider monsters in the house, like, he'll be prepared. He's got his gun. He's got the strange relic from the Dreamlands, and many resources gained over the years from his association with Dario. So, that's us. We didn't get a clue this round. It's fine. We're going to pass right over to Upkeep, where we draw a card and gain a resource. Haha, a Switchblade. You know, just in case. Feels in his pocket. Yeah, still got weapons. We go to 1 out of 5 Doom, and we draw our first encounter card. What's going to happen to us here in the burial ground? Oh, man. It's a swarm of rats. A horde of cruel rats skitters forth in an undulating wave of claws, teeth, and mottled fur. Suddenly, Randolph almost squeaks as he tries to leap out of the way. An absolutely massive number of rats are swarming out of the house and towards Tony. Time to shoot some rats, baby. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to use a bullet on the rats. I don't need to either. Yeah, I don't think I need to. I'm going to put... yeah, so it entered play, so I can put up to 1 bounty on it. Oh, thank you, Crosshair. Yes, of course. I should, in fact, very specifically. Crystallizer of Dreams, the point of it... Thank you, Crosshair, I should mention. The point of this relic, mechanically speaking, the guardian of the crystallizer, the spirit that guards it, is now in my deck, but after you play an event, attach it face down, they may be committed to skill tests as if they were in your hand. Chaos Bun is very fair. Yes, don't hesitate to point out when I mess up as well. Just kidding. I could go 4-4 on this test. No, even better. I'll kill this thing, hit Dario, and then go 5-4 on this test. Not bad. Not bad. And then we'll be in a good position to just roll through. Okay. Now, the Chaos Bun giveth, and the Chaos Bun taketh away. More so the taking than the giving, I find, but, yeah. No, Plague Lord, please. That is the whole point why we're here. I don't want to spend, like, hours and hours being like, oh, this is the... Sometimes I have to do minutia for rules. But I don't want to. I want to do, like, story and stuff, you know? That's why we're here. So, the rats are swarming forth from the burial ground. I'm going to use my additional action to fight them. They're already engaged with me. Tony lashes out with his foot. He's aiming to, kind of like what he did with the swarm of spiders back at the hospital. He figures if he can disrupt the swarm, they'll just kind of disperse. So I am fighting at 5-1, and I feel pretty good about that. See, yeah, pretty good about that. And indeed, so the resource comes to me because it's a bounty. Don't ask, it doesn't really make sense. Let me discard them. Indeed, they just disappear around him, out into the street and out into the merchant district of Arkham. Tony is, of course, a little concerned. Yes, exactly. You know, where were they? Why were they leaving the house? But now is not the time. I'm going to take 2 resources with Dario. Now that I have 10 or more resources, I get +1 will and +1 intellect. Thank you very much. And we're going to investigate this location. Tony... Ooh. Oh, I feel like I've heard of it, Plague Lord. Yeah, hit me up in Discord if you're using Discord and if that's, you know, cool. Just as a reminder for myself. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the investigation phase. With Dario's sort of intel on the Unnamable house, Tony knows where to start, right? He knows that he needs to at least poke around out here, see if there's anything to be seen, but he's going to have to venture inside. Let's investigate. I have now 4 intellect, and I'm going to commit Faustian Bargain to be 5. It's okay, I guess. 5-4. So it's a curse. Draw another token. That's the other curse. Draw another token. So this is good. We're failing out. It's fine. And a 0. Okay. But I got rid of both curses. So that's okay. Nothing. It's too dark out here. There's nothing to be seen. It's just... And although, thinking about it a bit more clearly, Tony is now thinking to himself, like... And in fact, Randolph then voices it out loud. Wait, why is there a burial ground in front of a single home? Was this a family-owned property, or... ... I am not going to bother trying to investigate again. I'm just going to move on, because I think I'll have better luck in the house. Tony's going to venture into the front porch. I'd like to see that house, Carter. Where is it? Glass or no glass, I must explore it a little. And the tomb where you put those bones, and the other grave without an inscription, the whole thing must be a bit terrible. The entryway is a 2 shroud... Oh, that's fun. It's called front porch on one side and entryway on the other. The entryway is... oh boy. Is a 2 shroud, 1 clue location. It says investigators in the entryway spend a clue to reveal the upstairs hallway. Right, because the upstairs hallway says, a malodorous presence prevents you from venturing upstairs. You can't go there. Me? I traveled continents. My partner? He traveled from the front garden to the porch. So that's the thing too, Plague Lord, right? These are happening simultaneously. But Luke Robinson spent months in the Dreamland. Tony Robinson spent maybe 24 hours in the waking world. Interesting. No, 48 by now. 48, because they had a whole day. There's another free trigger here on the entryway that says, if the Unnamable has 1 or more damage on it, smoke trails off of the creature, leading to a tomb near the center of the cemetery outside. Put the set-aside Unmarked Tomb location into play. Okay, but that's the end of my turn. We venture in. The house is, of course, dark, creaky. Tony can hear something scurrying along further up the hall, and a heavy, not really a miasma, but just like a heavy atmosphere permeates the house up the stairs, and exactly, Plague Lord. That's where the teenage son lives. Axe body spray drifts down from upstairs. Ugh. Oh. Well, the turtle. Welcome to Doomed. Turtle, great, yeah. Doc Surgeon is... honestly, he exaggerates a lot of things, if you haven't noticed. But he's a pretty cool cat. Bloodthirsty. You know what, he has a lot more negative qualities than positive ones. But anyway, the turtle, welcome to Doomed. We're playing Arkham Horror, the card game. I'm not really examining all of the rules minutiae on the stream. I'm not teaching us how to play. We're doing storytelling, and we're doing sort of role-play-esque sort of stuff. Exactly, Crosshair. Upstairs and basements, super creepy, no big deal. Man, that's a bad cat. All right, there he is. Just to catch you up then, Turtle, Tony Morgan is here in the house known as the haunted house, known as the Unnamable. He's looking for a strange silver key, but he doesn't know where it is or what it looks like, so that's going to go really well. We move into the Upkeep Phase, where we ready everything, draw a card, gain a resource. Scene of the crime. That's a great card to have. You'll love to see it. Oh, and it's got icons that I can commit later too. Okay, cool. And we move again to the Mythos Phase. 2 out of 5 Doom. We're here in the entryway. We draw an encounter card. Deceptive Memories. This is a terror treachery. Put it into play in your threat area. Fine. After another card enters your threat area, choose and discard a card from your hand. Oh, I don't like that at all. I want small one-room hut above ground and a totally underground apartment. Crosshair, I love it because you could just be like, oh yeah, I live over there. It's like, you know, it's like a little 2-room thing, and people are like, oh, okay. And then below, underground, you have like a whole like 8-room apartment complex. Ooh, is that a real thing? Plague Lord? After another card enters your threat area, choose and discard a card from your hand. Not that bad. It's gonna be bad later. Also, action test will 3. If you succeed, discard it. No, thank you. I don't think we will be. What are these deceptive memories? Is it that Randolph Carter, maybe, is muttering something behind Tony about, like, you know, he's like, I was here with him, with his friend. He's like, I was here with him. That thing, it was upstairs. Maybe the key was in here. Maybe it was in there. Like, I think Randolph's starting to lose it a little bit, and Tony's gonna have to try to keep him on track. So, okay, I can get the clue for free with Scene of the Crime, but it's only a 2-shroud location, so I may as well just go for it, right? We're gonna try to investigate here. I'm gonna try to investigate the entryway at 4-2. -1, that's a clue. We get the clue. Now I can spend the clue to reveal the upstairs hallway, or we can check out these downstairs doorways. This doorway was not open before. You only turned for a moment, but you thought you saw something. What exactly? A blur? A figure? Oh, and this one says the same thing. This doorway was not open before. You only turned for a moment, but you thought you saw something. A blur? A figure? I don't know what we need clues for, to be honest. I'm trying to figure out if we want to... Or I could move back to the burial ground and then Scene of the Crime at next turn. But that's not useful. That's wasteful. I feel like we should be venturing upstairs. If I have to spend a clue to get upstairs, I probably should do it. I'm going upstairs. X-Bomb Shelters, my prime living place. Oh, Written, hello! Welcome to Doomed. Good to have you with us. Tony is going to venture upstairs into the... There's a heavy feeling there, one that is almost trying to push him out. It's a feeling of dread. Oh, the turtle. What were you SDing? That's very exciting. Also, welcome. I'm going to move up to the upstairs hall. Oh, sorry. Spending a clue at the entryway reveals the upstairs hallway. Upstairs hallway says, investigators in the upstairs hallway spend a clue to put the set-aside attic into play. Totally cool, Turtle. Again, like, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time explaining what the game is, but, like, that's cool. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Sorry. I just meant, like, how was STing? What were you doing? And I hope it went okay. If you need to decompress, that's cool. All right. So I need a clue to put the attic into play. I mean, F this. I'm just going to move twice and go up into one of these upstairs doorways. Something scratches at the wood on the other side. Rats? Your imagination? No. Something else. Something unnatural. Let's go... I mean, hell, it's all the same, right? Let's go left. My last action. I'm going to move into the bedroom. The bedroom is a 3-shroud, 1-clue location. It's got a double action on it to discard all non-weakness treachery cards from your area. Feels good. Free trigger. Investigators in the bedroom spend a clue to remember that they found a cracked mirror. What is all this, like... What the hell? Where am I going to get all the clues to, like, do this? Hey, rats, what do you think you're doing, huh? Okay, that's the end of my turn, though. What is the cracked mirror? What the hell is going on? Yeah, I have a feeling so, too, Crosshair. Ugh. We move into the upkeep phase, where I draw a card and gain a resource. One of my other XP purchases. Oh, I'm so happy to have these, and I'm going to try not to use them unless I really have to. Counter espionage is a favor. It says fast. It says play when you draw a non-weakness treachery. So that's a treachery from the encounter deck. Cancel that card's revelation effect and draw the top card of the encounter deck. Then it says when you play counter espionage, make it cost 4 to change the encounter deck to your deck, so you can cancel and draw for yourself. And then you can also increase the cost by 2 to change you to any investigator. Now that doesn't matter for me because I'm playing solo, but pretty useful in a big game where you can kind of help cancel for someone else if you want. Counter espionage. Ooh. Okay, cool. So that was my upkeep. We go to Mythos. We go to 3 out of 5. We're up here in the bedroom. I don't know what's going on. It's fine, and we draw an encounter card. Damn it. This is Threads of Reality. Attached to the non-permanent, non-weakness asset you control with the highest printed cost. Treat attached asset as if its printed text box were blank. Discard it to discard Threads of Reality. Well, damn it. So that attaches to Dario. Ooh. Werewolf. Turtle, that must be tough. I just feel like it's a very involved system, you know? It's cool, though. Okay, so what's happening here? Deceptive memories, Threads of Reality on Dario Elamin. I think Tony realizes he's actually been standing kind of perfectly still in this silent, sordid bedroom for like minutes now. He snaps out of it, looks around. He realizes that there's something about... Yeah, it does, Crosshair. It means he doesn't give the stat bonus. It means you can't spend the action to get resources. Like, bleh. So he still has health and sanity, because that's not part of his text box. But, like, otherwise he doesn't do anything. Bleh. I can get rid of this by discarding another asset I control. I'm really tempted to just throw out a switchblade and then just throw it away. Just like... Just like, who cares? Oh, God. That is annoying. Tony realizes that the presence in this house, whatever it is, it's inside his mind. It's insidious. It hasn't invaded him. It's just started to pull at some of his memories. There's certain threads that, you know, he remembers the last time he spoke to his patron, Dario, but does he really? He remembers the last time that they had tea together and the old man was talking to him about the Unnamable, but that's ridiculous. He'd never heard of it before today. Oh, written. We go back to the investigation. Where? Okay. I think I'm going to scene of the crime here. 2 resources. Discover a clue at your location. Boom. Tony's going to do what he does best, which is... He's looking around. Yeah. He's looking around. He's treating this bedroom as if something horrible and violent happened here. It's not necessarily true. He's just treating it that way. He's trying to uncover all of the evidence that he can in this room. And do I want to say that we found a cracked mirror? I could double action, but that doesn't really help me right now. So, okay, I have a clue. I can spend that clue to notice the missing bones. What? Put the set-aside attic into play. Oh, hello, RJ Cody. Welcome to Doomed. Or I can find a cracked mirror. I feel like more locations is always good, you know? I'm wondering if there's enough clues to do everything in this scenario. Because there's basically one clue on every location. Well, I got the victory point here. Yeah, I feel like more locations is better, right? So I could go there and reveal it, and then do the Threads of Reality thing? Like, I really want my Dario money back. What if I draw another one? Ah, it's so annoying. Oh, shoot, of course. Scene of the crime attaches to Crystallizer of Dreams. No, that's fair, Crosshair. What would Tony do, right? Tony would venture as far into the house as possible. I mean, maybe he finds a cracked mirror, but, like, maybe he doesn't do that now. Do you know what I mean? Like, once I figure out what it means, maybe I'll come back and try to grab it if I can. So, that's a good shout. We're going to move to the upstairs hallway, and we're going to spend a clue to put the attic into play. Obviously, by examining the bedroom. Attic is there, and I'll put it above, of course. Is it connected to the orange only? They never unlocked that attic door, but left the whole house as it was, dreaded and deserted. Me too, Written. I can't wait to meet the guy. When noises came from it, they whispered and shivered, and hoped that the lock on that attic door was strong. I mean, that sounds like somewhere I need to go. Right? Right? Honestly, that sounds like the right place. Do we venture up there last action? No, I want to deal with Threads of Fate. Yeah. So, from the bedroom, it became clear to Tony that there was, in fact, more space above the bedroom. Like, there's a little ledge running along the edge, which is clearly, it's indicative that there was an attic space. Venturing back into the hallway, it became clear that there is indeed a hidden trap door, which he is going to venture to open. But first, fast, I play my Switchblade. And then action, discard an asset I control to discard Threads of Reality. This giving my stat boosts back. Essentially, Tony is holding on for dear life to something that he knows will provide him with a grounding. That's his weapon, right? And he's making sure that he's got a sense of himself to be able to kind of take on whatever comes. Enemy phase, there's no enemies. Upkeep phase, we draw a card, we gain a resource. It's scene of the crime. Mythos phase. We place another Doom on the agenda. We're at 4 out of 5 already, and I still don't know what I'm doing. And we draw an encounter card. This is so annoying. No, you know what? You know what? I promised myself I would save counter-espionage for something important, but I'm not going to. I'm using it right now. I'm spending it... Whoa, is that a good idea? Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I'm spending 4 to cancel that card's revelation effect and draw the top card of your deck. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm attaching it to Crystallizer of Dreams. The top card of my deck is Evidence. Not so bad, not so bad. Now, obviously, this takes me back down under the 10 threshold, which just kind of sucks, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Now, that was kind of fun. That is true, Plague Lord. So, I like to think that what happened there is by having a grip on his weapon, by sort of grounding himself as much as possible and looking up towards the infinite darkness of the attic, Tony is able to start to recollect facts and figures, information, intel provided to him by his patron. Not about this house necessarily, but things that are keeping him grounded in reality, which is useful. Okay, so we come back to the investigation phase. I'm going to go up to the attic. Let's do it. Boop. This is a 4-shroud, 1-clue location. It's got a free trigger on it. Investigators in the attic spend a clue. Deep within a pile of monstrous bones, you see a glint of silver. Monstrous bones? The SS Unfairer. I love it, Plague Lord. Yeah, and what's his name can work on it. Ah, damn it, what's his name? Silas Marsh can work on it. Deep within a pile of monstrous bones, you see a glint of silver. Remember that the investigators recovered a strange key. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here. We were looking for a key. This feels pretty good. But how the hell am I going to get this clue? Oh, now that's interesting, Plague Lord. That's a good point. Now, I will point out, Plague Lord, of course, Tony hasn't noticed the missing bones, but we have. So it's very possible. It's very possible. Oh, God. Well, maybe it was dropped there, Crosshair. Maybe Randolph Carter dropped the bones there for some reason. Okay, I have 3 intellect. I can commit an intellect icon to be 1 more. I think I just want to get my stats back. If I take a resource and then take 2 with Dario, I'll be up to 10 again. And I'll go up to 11 in Mythos. No, I should wait to... Yeah, just draw the Elder Sign, no big deal. What? Hang on, what's the bad stuff? -1. Reveal another token if the Unnamable is in play, +2. And -2, take a damage. That's actually all fine. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, it's a 4-shroud location, so I need to try to boost myself if I can. I have 3 intellect. I can freely commit Scene of the Crime to be 4. Fuck it. I don't want to... Evidence? Fuck it, we'll commit evidence too. Done, we're investigating. We're looking around this attic space. Skeleton injection syndrome. So 3 intellect from Tony, 4 from committing Scene of the Crime, 5, 6 from committing evidence? Seems a little ridiculous, but I'll do it anyway. What a guy. Good shout, Scott. Good shout. That's 6 to 4, -2. I pass and get the clue. I am then immediately going to free trigger spend it. Remember that the investigators, key team, recovered a strange key. Ooh. Okay. And then I guess I don't need to be here anymore, so I'm going to move out. Back to the upstairs hallway. I still don't know what I'm, trying to do. But I feel like, it all will be revealed at some point. Found a cracked mirror. What the fuck is all this about? Okay, so that's that. Oh, so I didn't take my resources with Dario. That's okay. Upkeep, we draw a card, we gain a resource. It's the gambling card. Okay. Oh, great idea, Crosshair. Thank you. I'm going to put... where'd it go? I'm going to put a horror token on the things that I've done. That'll help me remember. Right, because I spent a clue to reveal the upstairs hallway. I spent a clue to reveal put the attic into play. I spent a clue to get a strange key. That's what I did. Mythos. We go to 5 out of 5 Doom. And we flip to a... Oh! Mother... Damn it, I hate when the game does that. They're like, oh yeah, just read the agenda on the back. Just kidding, it's an enemy. This is the Unnamable. The ultimate abomination. Sweet Jesus. Okay, it spawns in the attic or the upstairs hallway. Probably gonna spawn it in the attic. Oh, now that Tony's taken the key from the pile of bones, this horrible, this horrible beast, completely indescribable, explodes outwards in a mass of, tentacles and flesh from the bones. This is a monster and an abomination and elite. Unfathomable. Plague Lord, honestly, it's the worst thing because it comes up every stream on this channel in Doomed, and I can't pronounce the word. Okay, he's an aloof hunter who can't be defeated. Fuck, man. For each of the following which are true, the Unnamable gets -1 fight and -1 evade. The investigators found a cracked mirror, studied a desecrated portrait, or noticed the missing bones. Well, well, well. 2 damage and 2 horror. Oh my god. But he's aloof, so I don't have to engage him. I'm going to spawn him up here in the attic for sure. That feels right. No, because I didn't do the thing, Plague Lord. I didn't spend the clue to find the cracked mirror, unfortunately. Hey. Can't fathom fathoms. No, I've been marking the locations I've, like, done with a little horror token. I need more clues, that's for sure. An aloof hunter can't be defeated, so is it even worth putting a bounty on him? Yeah, I guess if I need to engage him, I'll put a bounty on him. If I need to engage him, that would be a extra free action, so maybe? Don't know if I'd want to, though. Yikes. Yikes is correct. Found a cracked mirror, studied a desecrated portrait, or noticed the missing bones. Well, okay, clearly I want to take his fight and evade values down. Okay, sorry. Agenda 2A, the thing with no name. You felt an evil presence lurking here ever since you arrived. The entity defies all description. At times it appears formless, at others it embodies myriad shapes and features. You can sometimes pick out a particular aspect, an eye, a horn, a blemish, but it disappears as soon as you focus on it. Oh, each swarm of rats gains swarming 1. Well, that's annoying. They are called swarms of rats, though. Forced. Aha! At the start of your turn, if the Unnamable is ready and at your location, test Will 2. If you fail, it attacks you. Okay. Okay. So I need to try to stay ahead of it. Okay, it's at the start of my turn, so basically, if it hunts to me, it doesn't hit because it's aloof, but if it hunts to me, then I'll be starting my turn with it there. Will 2, if I fail, I take 2 damage and 2 horror, so I need to stay ahead of this guy. Freaking stat. Okay, what the heck, Scott? Oh, and of course I have to draw another encounter card. A classic. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, glowing eyes. Glowing eyes is put glowing eyes into play in your threat area, which is going to set off deceptive memories. At the end of the round, oh god, take a horror for each card in your threat area to a maximum of 3. What? Discard glowing eyes? What the hell, man? What? Oh, fuck. Okay, so at the end of the round, I have to take 2 horror. Oh my god, disgusting. I also have to discard a card from my hand. Brrr. I think I'm going to discard 21 or bust. That makes me really sad, because that's a fun card, but I have to discard a card from my hand. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to consider this for a moment, but I'm going to consider this as I take a short break. Make sure, everyone, to top up your liquids, and we'll see you back here in just a little mo, with a little more Doomed. Back in a sec. Hello, and welcome back once again to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all refilled your liquids, your liquids, as they say. I am contemplating my options now that we're back into the game. Okay. 6 Doom on the next agenda. What do I have to do? We're not sure. We have to collect things from the various locations to try to deal with the Unnamable. Fresh tea, check. Oh, written, delicious. Written, how quickly did you boil water? Maybe a better question would be, how long was I gone? Good lord. Okay, there's also this upstairs doorway. Oh, right, there was another thing, right? There was a thing. If the Unnamable has 1 or more damage on it, smoke trails off of the creature, leading to a tomb near the center of the cemetery outside. Put the set-aside Unmarked Tomb into play. Okay. Oh, sure, okay. That makes sense, written. Of course, Tony stumbles backwards, seeing a pair of glowing eyes light up in the darkness from the attic where he just was. Something had been watching him, something not human. He stumbles back down the stairs into the upstairs hallway. And we're getting ready to run. Okay, so what I could do is walk into the bedroom and spend 2 actions to discard all the non-weakest treachery cards in my area. Oh, yeah, well, Plague Lord, I don't know if I'd say most, but certainly, like, growing up, I always had a kettle for the stove. Eat the goopy food. What the hell? All right, well, okay, let's eat the goopy food, I guess. There you have it. Plague Lord, yeah, so, like, I certainly grew up with a kettle that you just put on the stove. We had a gas stove as well, so it wasn't, like, too long to kind of get it going. But, yeah, fair play. I now have an electric kettle. Yeah, it's weird, though, isn't it? It's unusual, because I certainly grew up being like, oh, yeah, you just put it on and walk away and come back a little later. Okay. Here's my thought. If I can deal a damage to the Unnamable, then I get to put in another location into play, the set-aside Unmarked Tomb, which, of course, sounds like a terrible place to go. The way I do that is by reducing its fight and evade values. So something like the bedroom, something like the burial ground. Let's see. Oh, have I run out of music? I think I have. There we go. Yeah, it's true, Crosshair. Well, we know we have one more thing that can deal with the Unnamable. What I'm concerned about here, I'll explain my reasoning here. I could spend a whole turn going back to the bedroom where I have nothing to do, except spending 2 actions to discard both of these things. What does that do? It gives me a turn. It saves me 2 horror. Yeah, exactly. And it... yeah, flesh croutons is terrible written. It also saves me from having to deal with deceptive memories again for a while. I'm wondering if that might be the way forward. It seems wasteful, though, because then I'm basically just, like, farting around doing nothing. Because alternatively, right, I could just try to make progress. Move up to the upstairs doorway, or I could move down to the downstairs doorways, take some resources with Dario, go back to 4 intel, end up on a location with clues so I can use scene of the crime. Yeah, no, that's exactly Plague Lord. Sorry, I'll read it. Oh, actually, sorry, where's my... There we go. The bedroom says, spend a clue as a group to remember that we found a cracked mirror. I don't have a clue to spend at the moment. So I'd literally be going there just to deal with the stuff in my threat area. Which I don't mind, but maybe I just want to try to rush the scenario. I feel like it would get really tricky. Maybe that's what I want to do. Maybe I just want to rush the scenario. That is a good point. Well, good point, Plague Lord. This one says at the end of the round, take a horror and discard it. Sorry, a more horror for each thing. So at least it'll go this turn. Nah, fuck it. We're gonna move forward. I have to take risks. I'm playing a bounty hunter. Let's go. I'm gonna check this other upstairs hallway. Boop. Action 1, move into the upstairs doorway up here. Nice. So this is a 1 shroud, 1 clue location. It says, as an additional cost to investigate the library, you must either lose an action or take a horror. Yikes. Investigators in the library spend a clue. You read a strange journal entry regarding one of the graves in the burial ground outside. Put the set-aside Unmarked Tomb location into play. Put the set-aside Unmarked Tomb location into play. And that's what this one says, too. Okay, so it's an either-or situation. I can either do a damage and then, I guess, evade it before it smacks me for a bunch of damage and horror, or I can do this. This is just 1 clue. Oh my god, yeah. Let's do it. I'm gonna take... I have 3 intellect right now. If I spend 2 actions, I'm going to be 3-1, which is actually pretty good, but not great. I can commit scene of the crime. Let's see. Good point, Plague Lord. Yeah, I want to make progress up here and then not have to come back upstairs. That's what that's what I want to do. So I want to go up another. Intellect and will would be helpful. Yeah, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use Dario to gain 2 resources. This gives me back my will, whoops, and my intellect boost. Great. Yes, I could crosshair next turn. Right? Because Scene of the Crime says discover a clue. Oh, play only as your first action is like the important detail there that I didn't mention. Discover a clue at your location. 2 clues if there's an enemy at that location. Yeah, which is too bad. That's okay. That's fine. I still have more clue tech in my deck somewhere. Horror pressure feels like a bad idea for me to deal with. No, fuck it. We're doing this. I'm going to investigate last action. I have to either lose an action or take a horror. I can't lose an action. No. I can't spend an action that I wouldn't be able to use. Oh, Clue Tech. A Cthulhu Cyberpunk Corporation. A division of NBA. Okay. Our last action, we're going to investigate. I'm just going to... Yeah, I don't think you can spend that. That doesn't seem right. I'm going to put the horror on me. I am going to get absolutely smashed at the end of this round, aren't I? Oh. I'm going to lose Dario. Or I'm going to take a bunch of horror. I don't think you can spend free actions. I'm going to look up spending actions. No, I'm sure. I'm not even going to bother looking. Okay, we're investigating at 4-1. Here we go. Ready? Coming in. Yep. -2. Okay. Fine by me. We get the clue. I'm going to immediately spend it. Because we're looking around the library. What's the library have to say? You read a strange journal entry regarding one of the graves in the burial ground outside. Put the set-aside Unmarked Tomb location into play. The unmarked... I'm putting it down here because I assume it's near the graveyard. From the tomb came such a stifled uproar of gasping and whirring that my fancy peopled the rayless gloom with Miltonic legions of the misshapen damned. What a turn of phrase. God, delicious. It is, of course, attached to the burial ground. I'm going to put it right there and do that. Okay. Doesn't say anything about moving in or whatever. So that's that. Okay. Okay. In the enemy phase, the Unnamable hunts down to the upstairs hallway. Ooh. And then in Upkeep, I draw my card, I gain my resource. Well connected. That's good. That's very good. I like rayless gloom. That's nice. And then now it's the end of the round. This is what I remember. At the end of the round, take a horror for each card in your threat area, then discard glowing eyes. So I have to take 2. I'm going to put it on me. This is very dangerous, but I still have Dario as a soap. He said, with much concern. And we move back to the Mythos phase, where I go to 1 out of 6 Doom. The Unnamable is not at my location, so Tony is up in the library. He's like, wait a second, the bones in the attic. There's a tomb outside, unmarked. This house, Unnamable. Like he's doing the, calculation gift thing. Again, this is not a book-learned dude. This is just a dude who can put things together based on the perspectives and the observations that he makes, We're going to draw an encounter card. Ah, frack. Put Night Terrors into play in your threat area. So I have to discard a card from my hand. I am going to discard Scene of the Crime. Feels bad. That's right, Max. Yeah, it does feel bad. Because Well Connected is a card I want to keep. Night Terrors, which of course is what Tony's experiencing right now. After you fail a skill test, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw each weakness revealed this way, and remove the other cards from the game. If Night Terrors is in your threat area, test Will 4. After this test ends, discard Night Terrors, even if you fail. So what this card says is every time you fail, you have to remove the top 3 cards of your deck from the game. Wildly, wildly huge problem, right? Really, really bad. Bloody up the person who caused it until they stop it themselves. I mean, that sounds about right, honestly. And then you can test Will 4, and then if you fail, you have to do the effect on it, but you get rid of it. And if you don't fail, then you don't have to do the effect, and you get rid of it. So I have 3 Will, and I can commit counter-espionage to this. Maybe I will. Okay, background to the investigation phase. Here's the thing. If I stay at the library, or anywhere connected to the upstairs hallway, I'm going to have to deal with the Unnamables thing, where they come in and do Will 2. Oh, yeah, written. Oh, big fan. I'm thinking, okay, so what I could also do is just 1, 2, and then 3 move into one of the other downstairs doorways, or just straight out to the burial ground again to investigate the Unmarked Tomb. I would try this one, I guess. Yeah, then I'm 3 locations away. Oh, this is so annoying, though. Because I could also... Incredible. What is Tony gonna do here? Maybe I don't care so much about getting... I mean, I care about getting hit by the Unnamable, but maybe I can just pass the willpower test. I mean, no, there's no way. I'm not gonna pass the willpower test. Just thinking here, team, just thinking. Yeah. Because I could move a bunch, and then I'm safe from the Unnamable, right? Tony could just essentially run down the stairs and past this horrible miasmic beast. Or I could spend a turn kind of dealing with the things in my threat area. I really don't want to do this whole failing skill tests crap. That's terrible. And then I would have to move 3. Look, I'm gonna have to deal with the Unnamable at some point. Right? Right. That's correct, Scott. I'd rather have... Okay. No, I'm making the decision to start running. Tony's gonna move down 1, 2 to the entryway, and 3... Because the thing is, if I have to fight it... Oh, that doesn't really do anything, does it? Third, I could move down to the burial ground and try to notice the missing bones and make it a 4 fight. Frack. I'm gonna move into this downstairs doorway and hope that I'm not gonna be too mad about it. I'm pretty mad about it. This is a 4-shroud 2-clue location. After you successfully investigate the den, discard a card from your hand to discover an additional clue at this location. Okay. Yeah, that's it, Plague Lord. Yeah, so it won't be in the same place as me this turn, but I do have to deal with all the other crap next turn. I'm just trying to get out of its way. Free trigger. Investigators in the den spend a clue to remember that they studied a desecrated portrait. Okay, that's one of the things, right? That's one of the things for the Unnamable. Where is it? It's on the thing. Studied a desecrated portrait. Okay, so we are going to do that. And if I get both clues... We're laughing. Tony rushes down the stairs past the beast, which is hot on his heels behind him, floating down the stairs. Taking the key, obviously, unleashed this beast upon the world, and he does not know what it is exactly. Okay. Move back to Mythos. 2 out of 6, and we draw an encounter card. I was really worried about that. This is Indescribable Apparition. Put it into play in your threat area, so I have to discard a card from my hand. I will discard Glory. Feels bad, man. You get -1 to each of your skills while the Unnamable is at your location. Double action discard. Well, it's not at my location, so that's okay. It is an indescribable apparition, of course. It cannot even be named. Tony realizes all of a sudden, of course, why it's called indescribable. Okay, we're back around. Here's what I'd like to do. I want to get both of these clues. I need to discard a card from my hand. It does mean that I won't have a card in my hand to get rid of for deceptive memories. I also want to get rid of Night Terrors, because that is terrifying. Oh, this sucks. This is all... Well, now you know what I want to do now. I want to go 1, 2, 3, and then next turn spend 2 actions to discard everything from my treachery area. Well, that's obstruction, and quite rude. Are you sure you can't describe it? No, it's sort of a massive... Well, basically name an object, and I think I saw it in there. Okay, we need to deal with Night Terrors. That's the first thing, right? Because I'm definitely going to run into some trouble. So we're going to test 3 of 3. Silly me, I'm going to commit counter-espionage to this test to be 5 to 4. Cultist? Oh... Reveal another token. If you fail, it attacks you. Oh, we're getting rid of you, Night Terrors. This is terrifying. Oh, ooh, this. Sorry. The tablet is +2. The black cat causes a distraction. Something breaks in the other downstairs room, and the floating cloud of terror starts to go the other way. If this test is successful, choose and evade an enemy at any location with a fight value of X or lower, where X is the amount you succeeded by. Okay, well, hold up, because I was 5 to 4, and then I got a +2, right? So I succeeded by 3, but there are no enemies that have a fight value of 3. The Unnamable is 5. So, okay, I don't get the free evade. Fine, I guess. But Night Terrors doesn't go off, and I discard it. That's nice. Now, I want to get this clue. It just feels honestly impossible. Do I just test deceptive memories a few times? No, that's ridiculous. I'm going to get absolutely boned next turn when the Unnamable comes in here. I need these clues. So I'm going to test and twice, and hopefully I get it once. And then I'll get rid of this well-connected to be able to get both clues. So Tony is frantically trying to hurriedly, investigate this den. Sort of like... Oh, yes, sorry. That's right, Plague Lord. I'm not very clear when I play this game sometimes. Tony is trying to shake off the immense feeling of terror that has overcome him being in the house with a beast that, has no name. So I tested Will 4 and I passed by a bunch, which was great. And then it says after this test ends, discard it even if you fail. But I didn't fail. I succeeded. Okay. We are tearing the den apart, trying to find anything that might be of use. That's my second action. I'm going to investigate 4 to 4. Nope, that's a -1. I need more stuff. I need to draw, but I won't draw this turn. 4 to 4. Damn it. Okay. That's really too bad. That's too bad. Okay, we move to the enemy phase where the Unnamable hunts into my location. So it's just chilling, it's aloof. Suddenly, a cloud passes in front of the window, and Tony notices that he is indeed surrounded by... he's surrounded by something that he's never seen anything like. Something that is both solid and gaseous. Something that is completely unknowable to him. Upkeep draws me a card and gains me a resource. It's the Mouser. I don't need a gun right now, but I'll take it. Mythos, we go to 3 out of 6 Doom. Sorry, this is at the start of your turn. It's that Sherlock game with that teleporting Watson all over again. I loved that. Ooh! Hunting Ghast. This is a ghast enemy. What the hell is a ghast? Does that have teeth on its knee? What is happening down there? Oh no, that's like a plant or something. Sorry, this art is very confusing to me. This is... Okay, sorry, to be clear, the burial ground said if ghouls spawn here, but this isn't a ghoul, this is a ghast. What's a ghast? This is a 2/2/3 hunter. Preys on the most damage. Oh, phew. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense written. After hunting ghast enters a location with a gug, ready each gug enemy at its location and deal a damage to hunting ghast. Okay, so there's some sort of war between ghasts and gugs. Oh, like Geist, I understand. A card entered my threat area, so I have to choose and discard a card from my hand. Furious. However, this is an enemy, so I'm going to put a bounty on it. What up? Actually, yeah, I'm going to put a bounty on it. Great. We're back around. It's the start of my turn. So here's the thing. The Unnamable is at my location, so I have -1 to all of my skills. Ooh. I have to test Will 2. I really need to put down my Well Connected. That's what I need to do. If you fail, it attacks you. 2 and 2. Is that just going to kill Dario? Yeah, it has to, right? Oh, God. What a disaster. Okay. We're testing 2 Will to 2. Haha. Okay, well, I wouldn't have passed anyway. So it attacks me. Suddenly, the creature... it's a good point, Plague Lord. It's a good point. The creature parts briefly, and Tony sees flesh and blood monsters just crouched in the doorway. It doesn't look nearly as scary as the absolute vision of terror that is around him right now. It passes through him and over him, and parts of his memories just vanish. I'm taking 2 damage and 2 horror, so I'm just fully killing Dario, which reduces my intellect further? Is that right? Yeah. Ugh. Okay. I'm still aloof. It's back around to us. I can take an extra action to fight, so I'm gonna shoot this ghast. The Unnamable kind of vanishes briefly. As we, yeah, and we're gonna try to kill this hunting ghast. I am gonna fight. I have 4 fight to 2, but I spent a bullet from the long colt, so I get +1. So I'm fighting at 5 to 2. Bang. A skull? -1? -3 at a graveyard? This is not a graveyard. It's a den. Come on. So I kill it. I get the resource. I kill the ghast. Excellent. I know what I need to do. Yeah, I know what I need to do. I'm going to move twice, and then I'm going to put down Well Connected. Oh, boy. I'm going to move twice out to the burial ground. I'm just going to get out of here. I think that's what I'm going to do. Investigators at the burial grounds spend a clue to notice the missing bones. So hopefully I can get this clue, is kind of my thought. Long Colt, short magazine. Last action, I'm putting down my Well Connected. I'm hoping that, oh, and I get +1 to all my stats again. I'm hoping that the Well Connected will save me from like big treacheries if I hit them, you know? It doesn't feel like it's going to, but we'll try. Oh God, this is... It's funny, it's going... I feel like it's going terribly, but I don't actually know. How much victory do I have, by the way? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Well, hopefully I can get this clue. Notice the missing bones, and then move on, I guess. I don't know. Jeez, man. In the enemy phase, the Unnamable hunts out to the entryway, shrieking its terrible cries. If I move to the tomb, I could let it come here, and then I could run back into the house and, like, keep kind of bouncing around. Yeah, that's kind of my thought, Plague Lord. Upkeep draws me a card, and, of course, it draws me Guardian of the Crystallizer, which I will put our thing on. A card entered my threat area, but I have nothing else in my hand. This is the Guardian... Oh, hello, Peace Glardicus. Welcome to Doomed. Indeed, we're playing the Dream Eaters. This is scenario 2B. On the Waking side, Tony Morgan through 1,000 Shapes of Horror. It's okay. I cleared some locations. The objective right now is do something, but it doesn't say what it is. It says explore the house to find a way into the Dreamlands. It's the scenario 2B. Hey, oh. I think you're right, Plague Lord. I have a feeling the Unmarked Tomb would make sense as the place where you want to go, right? That would make sense to me. Oh, this is a 3 health enemy that's now in my threat area. I did, Plague Lord. That's true, right. The key was the thing that we wanted to try to do, right? I think. Okay, so we go back to the Mythos phase where we go to 4 out of 6 Doom. Draw an encounter card. Grasping Hands. Okay, sure. In the graveyard, a number of knotted, vile, rotting hands pop out of the ground, out of the earth, clawing to be set free. Test agility 3. For each point you fail by, take a damage. I'm going to take 3 damage. I'm okay with this. I only took 2 damage. I'm okay with this. So I have 2 agility, so I take 2 damage. It's background to us. I need this clue. I need to kill the Guardian. I need to move. Can I do all that in one turn? Great question, Crosshair. The Guardian of the Crystallizer is a weakness monster. It's a hunter. It only preys on the person with the Crystallizer of Dreams, naturally. Oh, it enters play exhausted! Aha! So in fact, it's exhausted at this location. Whoa! Well, it's, horrible rotting hands have been grasping at me. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. If there is no Guardian of the Crystallizer, if there's no Crystallizer of Dreams in play, set it out of sight, out of play. Okay, that's fine. It's got a resource on it, though, a bounty. That's fine. I'm fine with this. So let's get the clue here. Let's just, get the clue here, man. I'm going to investigate. I have 3 intellect, but with Well Connected, I have 5 intellect. If I don't get this, I'm just going to go, right? Yeah. Let's do it. 5 to 4. Oh. If you fail, place a clue on your location or take a damage. Well, I have to take a damage, but that's okay. I really wanted this location, too. But I can't be here next turn. I have another action. I could just go again. If I draw the Cultist... I think you're right, Plague Lord. I just gotta move, right? It sucks to lose out all this victory. I didn't even go in here. I didn't get these clues. I mean, Tony's not a clue getter. He's a man with a mission. Right? I think. Anyway, you're right. Let's just go. I'm gonna seriously regret that, I think. Second action, we're moving and several guns into the Unmarked Tomb. This is a 3-shroud, 1-clue location. It says at the end of the round, if each undefeated investigator is at Unmarked Tomb, and we have recovered a strange key, advance the act. Ta-da! We're here. At the end of the round, we will have recovered a strange key, because we found it in the attic. And it's got a victory point, so let's just take a kick at the can and try to get this. I mean, I'm 3 to 3. So here's the problem with this scenario right now. If I... Oh, hi, Ripley. If I pull the Cultist and fail, I take 2 damage and 2 horror from the Unnamable, which goes straight on my face, and I die. So I'm actually tempted to draw a card instead. That's what I'm tempted to do. If I draw last action, it could be a weakness. The only weakness left in my deck is the guy that spawns really far away from me. He puts a Doom on the agenda. Fuck, that would be bad. That would be really bad, actually. What else? What else would it be? Kind of fun, eh, Plague Lord? Woohoo! Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. That's the whole point here, Crosshair, am I right? Tony's made it down outside to the Unmarked Tomb. That's true too. I could just take another resource and be ever closer to that glorious +3. Yeah. I think I want to just try to survive this scenario. That feels like something that I want to try to do. So I'm just going to also do this. There we go. I have 1 action left. Test will 3. I'm not doing that. And then this is 2 actions, which I don't have. Yeah, I could just go. I have 1 action left is the thing. Most likely, I would fail to get the clue. I could take a damage. I could take 2 damage and 2 horror, is the problem. I could also draw a card from my deck. If I draw a card from my deck, it could be an enemy, but it's very unlikely. It's 1 out of 20. It's that 5%. It's not an enemy. It's probably something that I want, right? A weapon, I don't know, a flashlight or some shit. Maybe my other ally. I'm going to draw a last action and regret it immediately. No, it's Vicious Blow. I will definitely take that. Okay, enemy phase. The Unnamable streams out of the entryway and down into the burial ground, swooping around that old knotted willow tree as it tries to find where the person went who took its key. Upkeep draws me a card, gains me a resource. Perception? Delightful. It is now the end of the round. I am at the Unmarked Tomb. Investigators recovered a strange key. So we are advancing the act. Act 1B, Into the Depths. The tomb opens into a staircase that stretches deep underground before disappearing into darkness. Set the Unnamable aside. It keeps all tokens and attachments. Okay. Remove each location from the game. Or place it in the victory display if it has victory X and no clues. Fine. Investigators are not defeated during this process. Other enemies and attachments are discarded. Okay. Okay, cool. So we get to put all of our victory places in the victory display. And then all the other locations leave play for some reason. This still has clues on it. This also still has... It's super frustrating to just leave all of these clue locations behind. Ah, but the Guardian gets discarded because it's gone. I'll move all these attachments, I guess? I don't know. I'm not defeated during this. Shuffle the set-aside Mysterious Stairs location. Just swerve the Guardian. Whoa, whoa, the jukes! Put the 5 of them into play in a vertical line. Remove the remaining Mysterious Stairs location from the game. Okay. Okay, right. So one of them leaves, and then the others get placed in a vertical line. Like this. I shuffled them, I don't know. Obviously, Tony and Randolph have managed to unlock this tomb that you read about upstairs. It must have some connection to the Unnamed, but he doesn't know what it is yet, and beneath appears to be a stairwell that just goes deeper and deeper. Place each investigator and the set-aside the Unnamable at the topmost Mysterious Stairs location, revealing it. Okie dokie. Mysterious Stairs is connected to the locations above and below. So worn and narrow were the steps, and so greasy with the ooze of inner earth, that the climber never quite knew when to expect a breathless fall and hurtling down to the ultimate pits. Mysterious Stairs is connected to the locations above and below. Forced. When this location is revealed, place a resource on it. When it is revealed, place a resource on it. Fine. While there are resources on this location, investigators cannot move or resign. It is pretty sweet, eh, Rocky? Action. Test your lowest skill at 2. If successful, discard a resource. I'm realizing, big issue, I'm going to be starting my turn at the Unnamable's location, which means I'm going to die. I took too much horror. I already took too much horror. I can't survive. Oh, I can well connect to that test at least. Not great, Scott. Okay. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for both copies of Locked Door and both copies of Secrets in the Attic. Didn't see those. Locked Door, because they leave. Secrets in the Attic. Ooh. Okay, fine. I've removed them from the game. That's fine. I have a feeling, Plague Lord, that it is... they seem to be connected above and below, right? They all say the same thing. They all say above and below. Yeah, not to be... yeah, exactly. No flowers in the attic. Okay. Shuffle each set-aside copy of Endless Descent into the encounter deck, along with the encounter discard pile. Okay. I mean, I don't like the sounds of Endless Descent, I gotta be honest with you. Act 2A, The Endless Stairs. The steps seem to descend forever. Every time you think you're nearing the end, you round another corner and see hundreds more. While the bottommost mysterious stairs location is revealed, it gains action, resign. Reach the bottom of the stairs. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. Oh boy. Now, this location I can't move from because there's a test that I have to do. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay. I see you. I see you guys. We got a 5 out of 6 Doom, and we draw an encounter card. Endless Descent. Sure, that's the thing I just did. Move each investigator and enemy at the topmost location to the location below it. Hooray! Boop, boop. Flip the topmost location to its unrevealed side. Uh-oh. Discard all tokens and attachments from it. Place it below the bottommost location. Shuffle the positions of each unrevealed location so you can't tell which is which. Oh, God. Okay, I see. Yeah. So, the location we're at is going to become the topmost. So I'm just going to move it up here. Like we've moved down, but so has everything else, right? That's actually a really interesting mechanic, I gotta say. That's it, right? Oh, yeah. Hang on, what is it? You're right, Crosshair? Is that what it says? Shuffle the positions, add this card to the victory display. Okay, great. So you don't have to do it multiple times. That's good. Because, like, can you imagine just keep hitting these? Especially in multiplayer Disaster City. Oh, well, let's look at our new location. This is a 3 Shroud 0 clue location, connected above and below. When this location is revealed, move the Unnamable to it. While the Unnamable is at this location and has fewer than 1 damage on it, investigators cannot move or resign. Okay, well, putting damage on it is fine. It's the evasion that's gonna... Yo, I am actively fucked. I think I'm dead. Did I draw an encounter card? I did. It was Endless Descent. So we go back to the investigation phase at the beginning of my turn. So Tony already is rushing down further and further and further down the stairs. And as it says, every time you turn the corner, there are just hundreds more. It seems to venture down forever. A small voice in his head starts to call out to him, you know, if you just fell down the center, you'd get to the bottom a lot faster. Behind him, the creature, the Unnamable, and it's gaining. I have to test Will 2. I don't want to die, so I'm going to hit Well Connected, which gives me +1 for every 5 resources I have. So I have 2, basically an additional 2. So I'm going to test 4 to 2. If I die, if I fail, then I am destroyed. And maybe that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I have -1 to each of my skills. Yo, yeah, I know what I did wrong in this scenario. I should have gone back and discarded these treacheries. I should have done that when I had the chance. I was like, oh, I should be making progress. So I'm 3 to 2. Yeah, there's nothing to be done, eh? This might honestly be the end of the scenario. But then we'll have a nice long post-show chat. Ooh, +1! Survived! Okay, investigation phase. We're background. Yikes. Okay, let's talk. So, What do I have to do? I have to put a damage on it. The thing is, in order to put a damage on it, right, it's aloof, I have to engage it, fight it at 5 combat, put some damage on it. But then what? Then I take 2 damage into horror, and I'm dead. See what I mean? So instead, I think I'm going to just start drawing cards really hard. I'm looking for... Plague Lord, I don't think I did any of the things. I moved all the cards to the side, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. There was the Burial Ground, I didn't notice the missing bones. There was the Den, I didn't do the thing. Oh, no, because I didn't have clues at that time. Oh man. I think I messed up. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's all right. It's a 5/5, and I'm a beast man. I am not a beast man. Okay, I want to get rid of Indescribable Apparition, and I want to draw. So I'm going to draw first action. That is actively delicious to see. Wow, that is so useful. I'm going to play this, and then I can commit it again. And if I have to commit it, I'll commit it. Then I'm going to spend 2 actions to discard Indescribable Apparition, which puts me back up in my stats to something a bit more manageable. Enemy phase. This thing is still aloof. Upkeep. Draws me a card and gains me a resource. It's Lone Wolf. Mythos takes us to 6 out of 6 Doom. Agenda 2B. It grows bolder. Well, yeah, because it's rushing down the stairs. Sorry. Time is running short. The entity, which before had seemed content to loom and observe you from afar, now swells with power and pursues you with relentless ferocity down the endless stairs. It rides and thrashes seemingly everywhere at once. You have to hurry and confront your fears, or you will never find your way into the Dreamlands. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Agenda... Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. I kind of want to just jump. Take my chances. The Dead with No Name. There was a vortex of withering, ice-cold wind, and then the rattle of loose bricks and plaster, but I had mercifully fainted before I could learn what it meant. Each swarm of rats gains swarming 2. The Unnamable loses aloof and gains massive. Well, frack. Okay, so now it's engaged with me. So, okay, well, fighting's an option. Evasion has to be an option, I guess. If I put a damage on it and then somehow evade it, I can get out of here. Right, like, that's not crazy. I mean, it is a little crazy, but, like, we'll... And then the same forced effect. At the start of your turn, if it is ready at your location, test will 2. Okay, well, that's still going to kill me, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's definitely going to kill me. We're okay with this? Here we go. Mythos Phase. We draw an encounter card. Crypt Chill. A classic. Test will 4. If you fail, discard an assive. Sorry, I read the word assive from chat. The supernatural cold threatens to freeze your soul. Naturally, of course, as you venture further and further underground, this beast is... Oh, I could cancel it. I could cancel it and draw a card from my deck. Good point, Crosshair. Yeah, it's like it's engaged with you because you're at its location. It's not like engaged, so it doesn't enter my threat area. Ka-ching. Neither does this. Ka-ching. Okay. Test will 4. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control. I would discard Crystallizer of Dreams. Because at this point, who cares? Yeah, exactly, Plague Lord. It is everywhere. However, I could play Counter Espionage, spend 4, draw a card from my deck. Then I would also have 2 will icons to commit to the next thing. That feels like the right play here. So Counter Espionage, of course, doesn't actually actively make sense here. I'm spending 4 resources. Instead of redrawing a card, I'm drawing a card from my hand, from my deck. That's fine. Oh, horrible. Isn't that a horrible thing? Move back to Mythos. Of course, it's not like... it's not like Tony had active, actual intel about what was going to happen here down in this endless stairwell. But I think, how can this kind of make sense, I wonder? He's prepared. That's what it is. I think he prepared himself for a potential journey because he knew he was going to the Dreamlands, right? So he prepared himself for something, with wearing layers, so the cold does not threaten him. Investigation phase. I have to test. I'm testing 2 will to 2. I'm going to commit counter-espionage to be 4 to 2. Plague Lord, honestly, I did consider it. But I felt like Luke made so much more sense in the dream world, 4 to 2. If I fail, I die, and I'm sorry because that'll be the end. Still made it, buddy. Actually, hang on. Is there still the same forced effect? Yeah, okay. Okay. So. Okay, it's back around to us. I want to put a damage on it, so that I can leave this location. Then I want to engage it, then I want to evade it. That's going to be, honestly, impossible. Rock, paper, scissors, God. We have a free action because it's got a bounty on it, of course. I'm gonna commit Tony's Long Colt for 2 combat icons. I have 5 combat, 7 with Tony's Long Colt. I just need to put a single damage on it, so I'm 7 to 5. 8. Vicious blow. I could spend 8 to 5. Basically, Tony's attempting to do his best to lash out at the beast to try to disperse it, much as he did with the rats, just to see if it even works. 8 to 5. Does it have retaliate? Please tell me it doesn't have retaliate. It doesn't. Okay. So that didn't work. That is very disappointing. We're going to shoot with the gun. This is 6 to 5. An absolute fucking disaster. This is like, Tony's last-ditch effort. He's just trying to save himself as he stumbles further down the stairs. 6 to 5. Oh, that's so much worse. If you fail, place a clue. I don't have one, so I'll take a damage. I'll put it on me. Let's go one more time, 6 to 5. Or should I just do the evade? I should go for the big evade now, right? And then I'll save my bullet, try to draw something else. We're going to try to evade. I have 2 agility to 5, but I can boost it to 4 and then commit Lone Wolf to be 5 to 5. If there's any time to draw a little Elder Sign. Yes, you can, Plague Lord. Great question. Let's have a look, shall we, at the massive keyword. You'd think that wouldn't actually make sense, like, in terms of how it works, but some investigators only evade, they don't fight. An exhausted enemy with massive is not considered engaged by anyone. So in fact, evading it for everybody is like kind of a thing, which is nice. It can't be placed in a threat area. It fights everybody. Yeah, exactly. Like under a blanket. Okay, guys, I'm invading at 5 to 5. Please help. I should have done so much more in the house. Why didn't I do more in the house? Well, that's that, I guess. So disappointing. I guess I'm going to go down swinging. No, I should try to evade. It's just I can't because I only have 2 agility. Yeah, I can't even move out of this location. Because that's what I would do, right? I would take the attack of opportunity and I would just move, but I can't because I would die. So, last action, we're going to shoot it again, 6 to 5. Nope, not even. The bullets whiz harmlessly through the Unnamable as it closes the gap. Tony attempts to leap down several stairs, but ends up tripping and falling. He hears a crunch, but not a crack, so he thinks that he's okay. And in the enemy phase, I take 2 damage and 2 horror, and I am defeated. Well, yeah. So Plague Lord, I think you've seen enough to know probably kind of the timing of it. If you evade an enemy, they only ready an upkeep. So if you ready and then move, you get actually like kind of 2 turns, right? Because they ready and then next turn they only hunt. No, I have 9 health, Crosshair. I just really want the physical trauma, damn it, not the mental. Okay, well, clearly I know what I have to do next time, which is, I'll pay attention to the scenario. It's a bit disappointing. I'm gonna take a mental trauma. Boop. If no resolution was reached because each investigator was defeated, Res 2. Your last waking sensation is the rush of noxious, frigid air as you are knocked to the ground by the thrashing, monolithic abomination with no name. The wind is pulled from your lungs. You cannot scream. You grasp desperately at the ground as the creature tears at your skin and tramples your bones. Oh my god, this must be the end, eh, of Tony? Somehow you wrench yourself free, escaping through the vortex of bitter, withering wind surrounding the creature. You hear the scrape of peeling plaster. Debris whips past your head. A loose brick hits your shoulder. You wonder if there'll even be a building left to tremble at when this is all over. If the investigators recovered a strange key, proceed to Resolution 3. You barely hear Randolph shouting to you over the maelstrom of ice-cold air that surrounds you. Despite all odds, you somehow reach him, the indescribable monstrosity hot on your heels. Ah! Basically, Plague Lord. I think the mental trauma is going to be very telling here, I think. I really need to figure out how to deal with a rogue with mental trauma. Can I heal? I could take, like, if it bleeds or kerosene or something, maybe. Anyway. Randolph wrenches open your hand, grabs the key that you found in the unnamed house, and clutches it tightly. He closes his eyes and whispers something inaudible. As the abominable torrent crashes into you, everything goes black. When you awaken, you lie on a flat stone platform overlooking a steep, straight staircase that descends into unknown depths. More stairs. Behind you, the stairway curls upward into a stone spire that ascends into a hazy mist. In both directions, the entirety of the cavern is dimly lit with gray phosphorescence. Randolph pulls you to your feet. That was a close one, he admits. I never wish to take a journey like that again. You ask where you are, and he bites his lip, looking out over the bleak, desolate scenery. This is the lower plane of the Dreamlands, known as the Underworld. It is an inhospitable place. Many of the creatures we have seen crossing over into our worlds come from this region. Perhaps our key knew this was our true destination. I think it is gone now. You're thunderstruck. Randolph grits his teeth at your reaction and looks away in shame. Forget it. We no longer need it anyway. Let's go. That's the key, of course. He says he thinks the key is gone. His curt reply echoes off the stone steps. With Randolph leading the way, you continue your descent anew. The Underworld may or may not be where your companions are, but if the creatures invading the world of the waking are indeed from this place, then perhaps here you can find answers. Record that Randolph survived the descent. I mean, that's good, right? So I think this is true, Crosshair. You make a good point. Both Luke and Tony suffered setbacks at the same time. It's like there's a nice synchronicity, you know? Each investigator earns experience equal to victory X. Well, it's honestly crap. It's 3. Oh, there's so many victory points on the cards. There's another 2, 3. I gotta say, like, it's just I'm not playing into my stats very well. That's okay. I got 3 experience, and I will fucking spend that. Whoops, not 4, Scott, you silly goose. Your body now walks within the slumbering Dreamlands. Add a skull to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. I'm gonna do that now, so I don't forget. Just gonna put one back in there. That's not good. If you are playing the Web of Dreams if you're playing the Dream Quest and the Web of Dreams interconnected, proceed to Interlude 2. Ooh, folks, we're doing a bonus interlude. Read this interlude only if you're playing the Dream Quest and the Web of Dreams interconnected. The Onironauts. Whoa. That's dream walkers, right? Dream, like, travelers? Following scenario 2B, the investigators have finally reached the end of the mysterious stairway. The black cat awaits you at the bottom of the stairs, watching your long descent with distant, unblinking eyes. Thank you all. You are about to ask how the cat got there when it cuts you off. Don't bother, you wouldn't understand. It curls up on the stone floor, lounging amid the bleak environment. Check the campaign log. Read the section that applies to your situation. If neither applies, skip them. If Randolph did not survive the descent, and the black cat... Oh, no, okay, it's fine. If you asked for it. Okay, well, that neither of those happens. You about had it with this cat's cryptic half-truths and non-answers. You take out your Colt, and you're like, shut up! You rail at the beast. How are you supposed to help when you might as well be stumbling around in the dark? The black cat sits up and narrows its gaze. I did not know if you could be trusted. Oh, sorry, you probably can't see that. To be honest, I am still unsure. I have had visions of these events for many, many years now. I know some of what may come to pass, but not everything. You could be the ones who save all of us, or the fools who herald us to our doom. The cat's justification is convenient, but it does explain how it's known where to find you at every turn. You try to persuade the cat to trust you, but it remains unconvinced. Tell you what, beneath the surface of the Sea of Pitch lies a passageway between realms. That is where you need to go to stop this world from merging with yours. Make it there in one piece, and I'll tell you everything. But first, I have somewhere else to be. Your pals need me too. Check the campaign log if the black cat has a hunch, but it doesn't. That's not a thing that we have. Well, otherwise, it once again offers to pass a message along. Okay, tell your companions that you're in trouble. The black cat will return to you with aid. This may place an undue burden on your companions. Tell your companions about the Underworld. The black cat will then go elsewhere. Record that the black cat shared knowledge, or tell your companions you're safe. The cat will stay with them. This might make your quest a little more difficult. Well, shit, guys. I can't choose the one that makes my quest more difficult. Tony is already in big trouble. So the question is, do we request aid from the Dreamlands? That'll probably give us the black cat back, right? It'll probably give us another plus side token, but it'll probably give Luke another minus side token. Or the other thing, which just says, tell them about the Underworld. Ugh, that is true, Crosshair. I just, like, mechanically speaking, I can't take another bad stuff token in the bag. I am already absolutely failing this side of the campaign so hard. So I'm going to take the middle one. Hell no, hell no. The black cat shared knowledge of the Underworld. Okay, that, you know what, actually, I'm gonna justify it this way. Shared knowledge of the Underworld. I'm gonna justify it this way. Tony doesn't want to place too much of a burden on Luke. He also would offer to help. So the way he offers to help is by sending information to him. Luke Robinson is a dreamwalker after all. Perhaps he would know something about this place, this underworld. Proceed to the Oneironauts 2. You open your eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. This is in the Oneironauts. Oh god, did I have to go back to the A side here. Oh, that's a good point, Crosshair. Exactly. Well, Plague Lord, so you don't have to, like, you can choose how you want to do it, right? Normally, the same people play both sides. It's just you play with different investigators, right? So it's like, I'll take this one through the dream side, I'll take this one through the waking side. But you could very easily, I remember when it came out, they suggested this, you could do one gaming group plays the dream side and one gaming group plays the waking side. And then you talk about, like, hey, do you want my help or what? This is Luke Robinson again. You open your eyes to the sound of a cat's shrill caterwauling. You had been drifting off to, let's not sleep exactly, despite, or perhaps due to, your... Oh, okay, there you go, Plague Lord. Perhaps due to your dreaming, you have been unable to truly sleep in this realm. When you come to your senses, you spot the source of the wailing. Virgil's cat, black as the void of space itself, sits several feet away, waiting for you to pay attention. Finally. About time you noticed something outside your own head. Listen, I got something important to tell you. If at least one of the investigators was not captured, no. If all the investigators were captured, you try to shush the black cat, but it ignores you. Relax, your captors are all up on deck at the moment. You ask bitterly why the creature is so cavalier about your capture and request that it free you. Nah, someone else has that covered if memory serves, it replies enigmatically. If it has a hunch, but that's not true. Now, where was I? Oh, right, I had a chat with your friends. They're in the Dreamlands now, too. They have a message for you. Check the campaign log for the Web of Dreams Campaign B. If the Black Cat requested aid... No. If the Black Cat warned others... Wait. No. What? No. None of these happened. Okay. If the Black Cat shared knowledge of the Underworld, there we go. The Black Cat tells you all about the region of the Dreamlands your companions have entered. The entire surface of the Dreamlands where you've been exploring covers the Underworld like a beautiful silk dress over decayed skin. You have no reason to go there, which is a good thing because it is a particularly inhospitable place. You actually might have walked right by one entrance to the Underworld now that I think about it. Back in the Enchanted Woods. Oh, that's that was that stone tomb, hey? That was like... It was a massive stone entrance to something. There are several other entrances as well. Beneath an old monastery in Leng, another in the ruins of Sarkomand. In the campaign log for Dream Quest A, record that the dreamers know of another path. We know of another path. That sounds good? Question mark? Check both campaign logs. If Campaign A has the black side. No, okay. If Campaign B, the Web of Dreams, has that the Black Cat is at your side, cross it off. Remove a tablet from both chaos bags. Ah, crap. So I'm removing a tablet, and then Crosshair, remind me to remove a tablet, please, from the other side, and I'll try to remember as well. And that brings us to Scenario 3A, Dark Side of the Moon. Shit. Oh, I really messed up here. Oh, that's a way better idea. Thank you, Crosshair. Yes. Okay, done. We know of another path. And then that's the Dream Quest side, and we go over here. We remove a tablet. Okay. Time to fight some moon beasts, baby! Yeah, basically. Woo! Well, that takes us to the end of that. So here's my question for everybody out there in the chat. Did we enjoy the story that we had today? This is my question. Not like story time with Scott, but like, did we enjoy the story as it was unfolding? I think so. I hope so, because, yeah, like, mechanically speaking, obviously, this Tony deck is a goddamn mess. And, like, I managed to pull off some cool stuff, but I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know I'd have to, like, deal with a 5-fight, 5-evade thing. I mean, I did, I guess, but I didn't do anything about it. Thanks, Roger Twy. I hope the next one will be an even better narrative. There you go. Well, I'm really very happy to provide some nice Schadenfreude for everybody. There's nothing here that I can punch for information. What do you want me to do? Interrogate this book? Interrogate this mist? Interrogate this ghast? What do you want me to do about this? Oops, sorry. I managed to get a good number of resources. What can I do with 3 experience? This is my question. I need to figure out... 3 experience has to buy me something that will help deal with the horror trauma that I'm starting on. And... to help deal with... What else? I guess, like, just kind of statting up. Like, getting investigations going and stuff. Blah. Rough. Okay, well, I'm not going to do all this on stream. Yeah. Ooh, Plague Lord, that is a good question. That is actually how the Forgotten Age went. I did the first 2 scenarios, and then I went back into the temple with a new addition to the team, the Crosshair playing Leo Anderson, which was a good time. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that for this campaign, though, but I am open to it, certainly, in the future. I mean, it's kind of fun. Oh, you mean a sponsor like, You mean a sponsor like an ally, probably, right? Yeah, like Dario and Amin. Good, there's some good rogue allies, for sure. But do I want them? This is the question. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it, team. I had fun. That's the key. That's the key. I don't, whatever y'all's want, basically. I don't do whatever you want, but like, I had a blast. Thank you very much for joining me today on Doomed. As a reminder, I stream on Tuesdays at 6. We're still doing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Well, rather, the Dr. Surgeon MD is. And let me tell you, woo! But more importantly, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, RPG Clinic's doing another one-shot. It's exciting for 2 reasons, kids. Listen up. Hey, to back of the class, sit down, shut up, listen to this. I'm just kidding. 2 reasons it's exciting. 1, we're in person again. Restrictions have listed enough that we can be mingling 2 bubbles, so we're going to be streaming again in person, taking all necessary precautions, of course. It's balls hot. Thanks, Doc. And perhaps more excitingly, we're playing Taskmaster. If you don't know, Taskmaster is a British game show in which comedians do tasks, but without knowing how the others did. And then they have to rewatch or relive or perform live some of their tasks and score points for who cares, for no reason. It's great times. Emperor Shumptimius. I cannot misspeak. Immediately tumbles down 8,000 stairs. All right. Hey, thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Had a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day, night, whatever time of the day it is. I don't know. And I hope to see you tomorrow on RPG Clinic One Shot. If not, we'll see you around the place or on Discord. Bye.